Who pooped the bed? Is Johnny Depp really harboring a hidden monster? Depp versus Heard is far from over, and we finally know all the intimate, toxic details of their split. It seemed as though Depp and Heard were the ultimate Hollywood it couple. They dazzled at movie premieres, encouraged each other's art, and seemed to be the spouse that the other was looking for. But that facade came crashing down just a mere 15 months after Depp and Heard tied the knot, and the news left many fans and followers alike confused as to what happened between them. According to NBC News, Heard was the one to file for divorce, claiming in the initial paperwork that irreconcilable differences was the reason for their split. Heard also indicated at the time she'd be pursuing spousal support from Depp amid their divorce proceedings. But the drama between the two now separated actors was only just getting started.
And it was ugly and could be very beautiful. It was very, very toxic.
As Depp and Heard's dirty laundry started to flap in the post-divorce filing wind, we started to learn just how complicated their union was, and what led to its demise. About a week after Heard filed for both a divorce and a restraining order against Depp, the Los Angeles Police Department responded to a call from Heard, according to People magazine. Heard sought help from law enforcement, claiming that ongoing domestic abuse was occurring at the hands of her soon-to-be ex-husband. However, an investigation conducted by the LAPD showed no such evidence. The LAPD reported at the time, on May 21st, 2016, officers responded to a domestic incident radio call. The person reporting the crime did not insist on a report, and no report was warranted. There was no evidence of any crime. A crime did not occur, so the officers left the scene and left a business card. The LAPD sergeant went on to say that if there had been evidence of such a domestic crime or indications of abuse, police officers would have stayed on the scene to conduct an investigation. While no evidence of domestic abuse was found in the May 2016 incident involving the couple, more and more details about their marriage started coming to light. By August of that same year, Depp had hired highly sought-after Los Angeles attorney Blair Burke. The hotshot lawyer sat down with Heard to get to the bottom of her allegations. As noted by The Hollywood Reporter, Heard didn't just join the attorney for a chit-chat, she was grilled by Burke. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Heard said during the deposition, "Johnny and I refer to his other personality, the part of him that is present when he beats me up. We call that the monster, and have called that the monster for many years. I was petrified of the monster." Here's where things started to get more and more tricky. Another one of Depp's lawyers, Adam Waldman, weighed in and denied, on every level, that Depp had ever abused Heard or beaten her in any way. In fact, Depp's legal team claimed at the time that they had evidence supporting the claim that Heard both faked her abuse allegations and severely injured Depp amid their relationship. At the crux of Depp and Heard's divorce existed the claims of domestic and physical abuse. On the surface, it seemed to be the reason they called it quits on their marriage, and for some time, that narrative stuck. Despite Depp's efforts, Heard's account of the relationship remained in the zeitgeist of pop culture, and was only further confirmed when Depp lost a libel case in the United Kingdom. According to The Guardian, Heard gave the UK-based publication, The Sun, evidence to support her claims of domestic violence. Soon after, the newspaper released an article calling Depp a wife beater. Determined to clear his name, Depp took the newspaper to court to prove his side of the story, with his lawyers maintaining that he was innocent throughout the relationship. Despite this, however, Depp lost the libel case, as the judge presiding ruled that the article in The Sun was, quote, substantially true. On the heels of the decision, Heard's lawyer said, "Very soon, we will be presenting even more voluminous evidence in the US." One crucial aspect of Heard and Depp's divorce settlement took the form of an NDA. According to Variety, both actors agreed not to speak about the other in the press, and if both had stuck to this arrangement, the future would have looked very different for the ex-couple. In their agreement, Depp and Heard settled on never making derogatory or accusatory statements about the other, which makes sense given the high-profile nature of their marriage, divorce, and its aftermath. However, as many of us know, that NDA was not adhered to. In 2018, about 2 years after Depp and Heard settled, Heard wrote an op-ed column for The Washington Post, claiming that she had witnessed how institutions, quote, protect men when they've had heinous allegations lodged against them. While she didn't name Depp specifically, Heard alluded to the timing of her marriage, and she wrote that she felt the consequences of speaking out against such a famed actor. In the now infamous opinion piece, she wrote, "2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. I had the rare vantage point of seeing, in real time, how institutions protect men accused of abuse." The column would quickly become the center of the highly watched trial between the exes. When Depp quickly filed a lawsuit against Heard given the bomb she dropped in her column for the Washington Post, the reasoning behind the couple's initial split got even fuzzier. While we thought we would never know what happened behind closed doors, Depp made it clear that his side of the story had not been told on the record, and his filing in the state of Virginia indicated that he was ready for a fight.
I will live with that for the rest of my life because of the allegations.
According to The Hollywood Reporter at the time, Depp's attorney stated that Heard's column served as a, quote, abuse of the Me Too movement, and added Heard masquerades as victim rather than abuser. Clearly acknowledging that there was a battle to be had, the court filings in the Circuit Court of Fairfax, Virginia claimed that any and all allegations of abuse on Depp's part were, quote, categorically and demonstrably false. Further bolstering his case, Depp claimed in his filing that his career had suffered greatly in the aftermath of his divorce from Heard, going as far as saying that he lost his coveted role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, of which he had become synonymous with. Depp's legal team asserted Heard's claims were part of an elaborate hoax to generate positive publicity for Miss Heard and advance her career. She is the perpetrator.
I did everything I could to stand up for myself and the truth.
It was in court where we really got to the heart of why Depp and Heard split all those years ago, as both actors gave their accounts as to what happened behind closed doors. While it can certainly be argued that both parties share fault, the high-profile trial in Virginia was one of the first times that Depp presented evidence that bolstered his side of the story, and some of the evidence was shocking. A number of damning examples were presented on the stand, including audio recordings of Heard confessing that she had hit Depp.
But I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
As it carried on, she was heard once again, taunting her ex-husband. She said in the recording, "I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. Grow the f*** up, Johnny. I did start a physical fight."
Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence. And
Yes.
Even more evidence came to light as to the couple's ongoing turmoil amid their relationship. Broken down by Newsweek, Depp further confessed that his ex-wife had attacked him with her nails back in 2015, categorizing the scratches as, quote, yet again another confrontation with Heard. Depp went on to share more previously unknown information that ultimately led to the couple's divorce. Perhaps one of the most talked about details of the case regarded the fecal incident, in which Heard reportedly defecated in the bed she shared with Depp before leaving for Coachella.
It was so bizarre and so grotesque.
Depp also recounted being hit in the face, twice, by Heard before he left their home. As he intended to head back to the residence, he was told not to, as fecal matter had been left on his side of the bed. It's safe to say that the high-profile trial between Heard and Depp shed plenty of information on the couple's contentious relationship. And while the evidence presented in court was rather damning, it arguably painted the portrait of a toxic relationship that eventually came to a dramatic end. As for who's to blame, the public is most likely forever torn on the subject. Even the jury found both parties liable in the end, though the verdict was more favorable to Depp, with Heard being ordered to pay $15 million to him and Depp being ordered to pay $2 million to her. But despite going through the ringer during the Virginia trial, neither actor is backing down from their legal fight. According to Reuters, Heard filed a bid to have a new trial conducted, as one of the jurors' identities had been brought into question, but that bid was thrown out by the judge. That didn't stop Heard, however, from filing an appeal.
To my dying day, will stand by every word of my testimony.
In response, Depp's legal team filed an appeal of their own, with a source close to the actor reportedly telling People magazine, "If Miss Heard is determined to pursue further litigation by appealing the verdict, Mr. Depp is filing a concurrent appeal to ensure that the full record and all relevant legal issues are considered by the Court of Appeal." Talk about ongoing drama. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite topics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.